They did not dare to sleep every night. They forced themselves to stand in front of the window for a full 5 hours. Even when they were exhausted to the point of collapse, they still had to grit their teeth and endure even the slightest look of panic. None of them dared to show on their faces, because outside there was a group of mysterious alien creatures. Every night they would come to the window and study their behavior and movements. If anyone showed even the tiniest bit of resistance, they would be brutally torn apart by the monsters. Someone once tried to escape during the daytime, but the entire forest seemed to be under a curse. No matter which direction he ran, he would always end up back in the same place. And once night fell, the monsters would swarm out, following the scent to brutally kill the escapee. Even so, Anna still wanted to change the situation. She had long been fed up with living in constant fear, but every time she tried to take action, she was stopped by the oldest old woman. She had stayed here for a full 20 years, and knew very well how terrifying the monsters were. If they were completely enraged by accident, everyone would be brutally killed. Anna only agreed verbally, but when she went out to look for food during the day, she secretly left marks on the trees. At night she returned to the cabin, and pleased the mysterious creatures outside the window. No one knew how much time had passed, but Anna finally memorized all the nearby terrain. So early one morning, she carried her beloved bird and rushed out of the house.
Where are you going?
Home.
You won't make it.
I can't stay here.
What Anna did not expect was that this time the old woman did not stop her, which made her ecstatic. She quickly ran wildly along the previous marks, trying to escape the forest before nightfall. After who knew how long, an open area really seemed to appear ahead. Just when she thought she had finally left the forest, reality poured cold water on her immediately. As far as her eyes could see, there were endless mountain ranges. Only then did Anna realize, even if she ran until her legs gave out, there was no way she could escape in a single day. This plunged Anna into deep despair. At this moment the old woman suddenly appeared behind her.
You're not the first to have tried getting out. Daniel and Kira called him the Professor.
With no other choice, Anna could only follow the old woman back. After suffering this blow, she gradually accepted the reality of being trapped, and could only obediently follow the rules. But on this day, while searching for food outside, Anna was grouped together with the youngest Mark. Along the way he kept complaining about the old woman, relying on the fact that she had been here the longest, and ordering them around with an all-knowing attitude. Anna immediately came up with a good idea. Then she deliberately spoke badly about the old woman. After getting closer to Mark, she quickly said that no one had actually seen the monsters. Maybe all of this was just the old woman's lie. Unexpectedly, Mark was indeed tempted. So driven by curiosity, the two secretly came to the cave where the monsters hid during the day. Looking at this mysterious abyss, Anna felt no fear at all. Instead, she looked extremely excited.
Don't you want to know what they are?
Mark also felt his curiosity itching. In the end, neither of them could resist, and decided to go down and take a look. Mark stayed above to control the rope, while Anna went directly into the cave to check the situation, as her body slowly descended. Luckily, nothing unexpected happened. Before long, she smoothly reached the bottom of the cave. But what Anna did not expect was that there were no monsters down there at all. Instead, there were many tools used by humans. All the items were piled together. Anna did not think much of it, and quickly picked up some useful items, and sent them up using the rope. After finishing all this, she still wanted to explore deeper, but suddenly a strange sound appeared inside the cave. Anna hurriedly called out Mark's name. At this moment a hand slowly reached out, but the instant it touched the sunlight, thick white smoke began to rise. At this critical moment, Mark threw the rope down in time, which avoided a tragedy. However, when the two brought the items back, they were questioned by the old woman.
What was it? What did you see?
Nothing. Honestly.
Little did they know that this action would soon bring them huge trouble. Fortunately, the items they brought back came in handy. Mark used a broken old camera he had picked up, and connected it to a monitor, successfully making a simple camera, trying to use this method to see the monster's true appearance. But strangely, even late into the night, the screen was still completely empty. Just when everyone thought the monsters would not come, a dull knocking sound suddenly came from outside the door. The next second, a human leg appeared on the monitor. Before they could react, the curly-haired woman stood up in shock, as if possessed, and walked toward the steel door. At this moment, a man's voice came from outside again.
Please open the door.
It's locked.
Unexpectedly, the old woman suddenly blocked the door, and strongly urged the curly-haired woman not to believe it, because at night here, it was impossible for a living human to appear. This was obviously the monster's trick, but the curly-haired woman clearly did not listen. It turned out her husband had gone out alone a week earlier, to look for rescue, and never came back after that. Now reunion was finally within reach. She had already lost all reason. Just as she was about to open the door, the old woman suddenly thought of a good idea, which was to ask questions only the couple would know, to clear everyone's doubts. The curly-haired woman could only cooperate, so she asked about a promise between the two of them. But as time passed, there was still no response from outside.
There's something wrong with it.
Your raptures do not spare human.
After everyone's combined persuasion, the curly-haired woman finally regained her senses, but this completely enraged the monster outside. Everyone hurried back to stand in front of the mirror, but this time it seemed to lose its effect. The monster did not stop immediately. Instead it began to attack the window wildly. The room shook violently again and again, leaving everyone drenched in cold sweat. They thought this time they were doomed, but to their surprise, just before the window shattered, the monster suddenly stopped attacking. Clearly this was only a warning, but the old woman who survived was furious. She rushed forward to question Anna, where the items from daytime really came from. At this point Anna no longer hid anything. After learning the truth, the old woman was terrified. Early the next morning, the old woman hurriedly threw all the items they picked up back to where they came from, hoping to calm the monster's anger. However, from then on, the old woman became wary of Anna and Mark, so every time they went out, she always separated the two. But because of this, resentment grew in Mark's heart, and his arguments with the old woman became more frequent. Finally on this day, Anna and the curly-haired woman suddenly heard screams. They rushed over without stopping, only to see the old woman tied up by Mark.
What are you doing? The boy has lost his mind.
No.
As soon as the words fell, Mark walked away without looking back. Anna immediately stepped forward to untie the old woman. Then the two did not dare waste a second, and rushed toward the house, but the steel door was already tightly locked. No matter how much they begged and pleaded, Mark refused to open the door, and worse still, the sky was gradually getting dark. The monsters were about to come out. At this moment the old woman suddenly seemed to remember something, and quickly took Anna into the forest. Soon the two crawled under rotten deadwood. It turned out this was a preparation she had made long ago, and these decayed logs should be able to mask their scent. At the same time, inside the house, Mark pulled the curly-haired woman to stand in front of the window, quietly waiting for the monsters to arrive, completely ignoring the fate of the two outside. Anna was already so frightened her heart was pounding wildly. Before long, the monsters appeared above them. Luckily they did not notice the two hiding in the deadwood. With the monsters so close, Anna shut her eyes tight and did not dare make a sound, afraid of alerting the deadly beings in front of her. But what they did not expect was that after all the monsters gathered at the window, Mark inside the house suddenly shouted,
They're not here! They're not in here with us!
After hearing this, all the monsters instantly scattered to search for Anna. The old woman seized the moment, and hurriedly pulled Anna back to the house. Yet even now Mark still refused to open the door. At this life or death moment, Anna lied that she had already marked the forest long ago, and had found a way to escape, repeatedly promising she could lead everyone out together. Fortunately this trick worked, and Mark quickly opened the steel door. But the moment they entered, the old woman angrily walked up to Mark, ready to teach this reckless boy a lesson. But while the two were arguing, Nami heard movement outside, so everyone hurriedly lined up in front of the window, to force everyone to obey. The old woman finally revealed a long-buried secret. It turned out she was not only a scientist, but had also come here voluntarily. Her goal was to study alien creatures, but now it was already too late. Seeing this, they hurriedly pushed a table against the door, unexpectedly discovering a secret in the floor. It was a square steel plate.
There's something underneath.
Has anyone seen this before?
No. What do we do?
The noise outside was getting louder and louder. The alien monsters were about to break in. At the critical, the man found an iron barrel and smashed the ground like crazy. Luckily, the outer steel plate was very fragile and quickly caved in. Seeing this, Anna and the others rushed over to help, and a hidden steel door appeared beneath the floor. Mark immediately twisted the switch, revealing the hidden tunnel inside. In the emergency, they had no time to think, and hurriedly crawled down one by one. At this moment, the table was about to give way, but just as the old woman prepared to move, the glass in the room completely shattered. Luckily, at the final second, she closed the steel door in time, and narrowly escaped disaster. But before they could celebrate, they were shocked by what they saw.